Heritage TV, promoting African culture.
Need to note that aside from proscriptions of drug peddling as a criminal act in the section 20 subsection 1A and the life imprisonment punishment is attract in section 2A of National Drug Law Enforcement Agency Act. It's a major phenomenon inhibiting societal peace. Peddling of drugs, particularly cannabis, in almost every Nigerian street is a menace and a proof how to crack by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLA. And because this constitutes itself to a cancer that is eating up our society, that the drug peddlers, internationally known as drug pushers, are dangerous and deceptive gangs who encourage people to use illegal drugs, creating wealth for its supply, arm themselves with dangerous weapons, and over time go to war with opposing gangs to claim territories and expand their illegal businesses. The tale of the horror of this world are bitterly told by the innocent people in the society. I read that about 3 months ago, drug opposing gang, led by 2 notorious thugs, popularly known as Packaging and Obiade, wreaked clandestine acts on their opposing rivals based on various streets in Ibadan North, this local government. They, in the wake of this untold, Mr. Speaker, sir, and my honorable colleague, this attack took a different turn on Tuesday, 25th July 2023, when 5 innocent and peaceful residents of Osun. Mr. Speaker, many of these innocent people suffered permanent injuries. And Mr. Montasiru was shot in the eye, and all effort to save the man's eyes through abortive. One woman, Mrs. Olani, was brutally shot in the esophagus. Another man, Mr. Oluwato Torin Agbola, was shot in the belly. One Mr. Hafiz Olani was shot on the shoulder. And Mr. Samad Adepoju Ladele was shot in 6 different parts of his body. Mr. Speaker, sir, and my honorable colleague, these are very pathetic cases that further compounded the suffering of these poor families. He was the mastermind of an attack on the police team who arrested 2 notorious drug miscreants on January 2021. According to Punch online newspaper reported on the 21st February 2021, Packaging led 30 other thugs to attack the police team and forcefully took away the 2 arrested migrants. They further engaged in gun confrontation with the police, leading to the death of the 2 persons. Mr. Speaker, their goal is to emphasize on how dangerous these gangs are. Number 1 is to commend the Nigerian police force and the Oyo State Security Network agents codename Amotekun for their quick intervention in restoring normalcy to Osun area of Ibadan North East local government. 2, to urge Oyo State Commissioner of Police, 2 divisional police officers at Okoremi Jagugu Division to thoroughly investigate the matter, apprehend the masterminds, and furnish the house with an update report within 2 weeks. 3, to urge the Nigerian police force through Oyo State Commissioner of Police to increase the presence of police patrol team at Osun, Ibadan North East local government, and ensure that the police post is situated on the streets. To urge the executive arm of government through the hospital management boards to give the victim of the violence-free medical care until their company healed. Then 5 is to urge the National Drug Law Enforcement agents and National Orientation agents to intensify their advocacies on the danger of drug abuse and the implication of drug peddling, and all the 3 local governments of the state to put up drug abuse counseling units to help drug addicts with advice on how to do about withdrawal system. Number 6, to hold the chairman ibadan local government to put in place a purposeful vocational programs targeting drug vulnerable youth in the local government. Then the last one, the executive arm of the government through Ministry of Youth and Sport to design youth empowerment programs that focus on teenage drug users and drug vulnerable youths across the state. Mr. Speaker, sir, and my distinguished colleague, I beg to submit.
Yes, second it. I'm second also. Yes. Let me first second the matter of whether public importance moved by my legal brother and honorable member, Honorable Babalola. I am standing to second this motion at this period of time because of the situation happening in my own constituency as well. I'm very sure in the 9th Assembly I've brought a lot of motions and not avoiding public importance related to this issue, which is affecting Honorable Babalola as well. And I'm very sure this is also peculiar to most of the members here that comes from constituency like our constituency. We know the situation of things in Foko area of my constituency. Comfortable, get people where they keep each other for fun. I think at this time, and that was what even in my 9th Assembly that brought my interest into having a police station in my constituency, which I thank His Excellency and also the Right Honorable Speaker and my constituents, which they helped me have a police station in my constituency as I talk. At this point in time, I feel this government needs to take all these things so importantly, most especially in the areas like my area and Honorable Babalola's area. All these youths are weighing off their future promises when they were young because of these illicit drugs. Taking of these drugs, I think we need to liaise with the NDLEA and other agencies to make sure they flood all the places that we know all these boys hide these things, which is really affecting the development of those communities and the state at large. Thank you very much. I so second.
Representing Ibadan North Constituency 1. I want to sincerely appreciate Honorable Babalola for actually coming up with this alarming, it's actually alarming. And I think with what he has said here, it will be advisable to also give the people serious orientation and this will liaise with the government through the Ministry of Youth and Sports. In doing this, it will also couple them from all this attitude, because these are youths, and as youths, they should be given serious orientation. I can't imagine the youths going to the police station for crying out loud to do all this. So it's high time we invite them. It's high time we invite all the people in charge to ensure that the life of all our youths are secure. These are our leaders. They are our leaders, and it's high time we try to protect them. And in doing this, we are protecting ourselves, and we are also protecting our future.
For coming up with this matter for the public importance. Coincidentally, the local government happens to be my family house there in Ojabu. And this has been one perennial problem. It's been there for long. If this house, if honorable police remember very well, honorable Wakad, when he brought a similar motion, sometimes we have a night assembly. Honorable Yusuf, Adebisi, he wanted to be a similar, and I remember very well then that another committee was set up right on the speaker, and I charged it, and we followed Honorable Yusuf to his constituency to meet with the family of one of the young man that was gone down at that point in time. And here we are again discussing a similar issue. You know, the truth of the matter, right, is the fact that it is not only Ibadan North. I'm very sure in the Rua, right, Honorable Suka, you have the Ganga, no, really, in the in that people, they are even worse here. If you come to Anara, you'll find them there. So it's more or less a general issue. And I want to say this, that the Nigerian Drug Law Enforcement Agency, they are doing very much now, since they have the former General Buba Marwa as the head. Maybe with the partition of the house, I just want to add to the prayer that we will possibly invite the zonal command, which I'm very sure is situated in Ibadan for South, to come to the house to appear before us and let us know what they are trying and what they are doing in assisting in curbing some of these drug issues in the state.
I think it will reduce the loss because the IUI, as you said, is very workshop. And I think let's think about the result. How can we help as a house? Raise and committee or committee, the need of constituency, what kind of job can we raise to make them engage the beat? Because house year after year, 10 assembly, last assembly, the case came almost 300%. Please say again. And then we want it again. Tell me what it, when can we end it? Let's take rapid action about it now. Unemployment is causing increase.
Personally, believe that the situation of out-of-school children is something that adds to the menace of having these young people, it starts from a young age, you know, and they grow into that situation whereby they now start using these drugs, and by the time they start using it and they get addicted to it, you can imagine that it will be even harder for them to let it go. So, I mean, the result captures a lot of the things that we are trying to achieve here, but I also believe that ensuring that there's mandatory attendance in school for the children from a very early age, and in order for them to also stay in school, also protect the students while they are even in school to avoid external influence on them. I mean, these are the genesis of these issues, because something you have to understand about drugs is that once a user starts using drugs, it's very difficult to break that habit. And that's what happens. That's why you see more and more people use, they graduate from smoking cigarettes to smoking ganja, to smoking, to Refnol, to codeine, tramadol. So, you know, it starts from somewhere, and it starts with the company that they keep. Unless maybe their parents are drug dealers at home. So I think protecting the children at a very early age is very important. Because most of these ones that have been doing drugs for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 years, what do you want to, you know, how many rehabs do we have that can cause, you know, even some, if you take them to rehab, they will come back out again and continue. So in order for us to break the chain, to break the way that they do this, we have to break it from a very early age. And I believe that focusing on the children now so that they do not join that line is very important. Not that we've lost hope in, you know, in the professional drug users. But the resolutions within the motion is intact. I believe the members are in line with the resolution. No new resolutions were added to this motion. By the time we constitute our standing committees, we shall be able to direct probably the Committee on Education to see exactly how far we've gone in taking out of school children back to school and see what's more the Omitutu 2.2 has in store in order to ensure to reduce the percentage of out of school children within the state. And for every child that we take out of the streets into school is a child that we are saving from drug use. So therefore, the motion has been moved and seconded. To those in favor that the House will adopt the resolution within this motion, say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.